Fear. What is fear to you? Is it an unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that someone or something is dangerous to you? Can fear be boiled down so simply? Have you ever felt fear? The pit that opens up in your stomach, the tremors that run through your body. What's that sound pounding in your ears? You're unable to form a full thought, yet you are fully aware you are in danger. That split in your mind makes you feel sweaty, nauseous even. The struggle to breathe and out, in and out. Fear is a phoenix. You can watch it burn 1,000 times and still it will return. Fear, an everlasting entity sure to outlive you and me. What to do against something so big when life can make us feel so small? Fear can feel so isolating, but could it be something that also connects us? I'm scared. Can I hold your hand? Here, take this. It helped me when I was scared. It's okay. When I was your age, I used to be scared of an emotion everyone has experienced. Perhaps something so commonplace isn't meant to prevent us from living life, but we have convinced ourselves fear appears as a sign it's time to stop. What if I fail? What if I get hurt? What if they don't like me back? What if? To the one listening now, you could be listening to anything, and yet you are here. Maybe this is your sign. It's time to overcome your fears. Welcome, all ghouls and goblins, coming to you from the hottest pits in hell. It's time for Scary Stories, read by our very own Deimos. This story is sure to curl even the sharpest of claws. Here they come again, the brave ones. Another Halloween night, and the kids are back, here to prove their fearlessness. The house's floorboards creak beneath their sneakers. Only half an hour until midnight, so I have to work fast. I start with their flashlight, blowing lightly against it so that it flickers. But this inspires little more than a nervous laughter. 15 minutes until midnight. Time to take things up a notch. I hover up to the ceiling and will my body into flesh. Every nerve is on fire, but they've given me no choice. I force drops of blood to trickle out my nose, but the kids below don't notice. I knock against the ceiling, but they won't even look up. I thought this place was supposed to be haunted. What a joke. 5 minutes until midnight. I'm running out of time. With the last of my strength, I scream so loud that they finally turn to look up at me. I like to think I put on a good show. I sway from the ceiling, and the blood flows freely from my nose. The kids scream and run into the night just in time. Below me, I hear the thing turn, its disappointment palpable. For now, it sleeps, but one day I will fail. They will be too brave, and I won't scare them out in time. One day, they will wake it. To the one listening now, perhaps I was right.
Wow, what an experience that was. I had never done a video in that style, but I thought I tried a lot of new things and a lot of new ways of editing, so why not keep it going? Um, I know it is a bit of a short one, but I just feel like let me take the time just to talk to you about like my inspiration behind it and that type of thing. So I don't know if you know, there's always like they'll have like I don't like sound aesthetic. Like there's a whole section of YouTube I'm literally obsessed. Like the rain ones to help you sleep. There's literally ones where it's like it's the 1950s and you're driving back home from the beach and it's literally just like car sounds and the old like radio sounds and like songs from the 1950s, just like people picking very specific vibes and just going all out on it. So I want to try and create an audio experience of my own. Halloween has a distinct vibe and I feel like you can do a lot with it, and it's a holiday that I love so much, so I really just want to try and channel that Halloween like spirit and energy with this. So I think, well, let me know in the comments how I did. I know it is a bit of a shorter one, but editing like audio is like a lot more complicated than I had realized. So I figured just short and sweet, and if I'm gonna do a short, I'm just gonna do, the best that I can. And yeah, I feel like I've what to learn is what I've learned. There's like a whole new world of editing that I am gonna be like looking into now. But yeah, I feel like when we say Halloween, I think of like fear. We haven't really done anything that was like maybe like scary like for the viewers. Like I did Casa Loma, that was scary for me though. Our movie night, scary for me, not really, because we all saw how that turned out. But I wanted to try and like scare you guys a little bit or like leave you a little bit unsettled. So that's kind of where my thought process with this, like it's Halloween fear, like they go hand in hand. But like maybe let's try and get like a little reflective on it. Because the thing is, like, I don't do like horror movies and stuff like that. So I feel like I didn't have like the knowledge to create an experience that would maybe actually be like scared. But leaving somebody like unsettled and maybe just kind of with a thought in the back of their head is something I'm actually very good at. So I was like, let's get like introspective a bit on fear. And I tried to think of like all the times that I felt fear, like how I felt, and tried to describe it as best as I could. And I just like with the story that I chose, I wanted it to be kind of like I'm talking about this whole thing. Like I spent the first half of it really like dissecting fear and just being like, well, what is fear? I try to recall what it feels like to feel fear in hopes that you're gonna start feeling that shit too. I'm like, gotcha. Right? And then like, I say, what, let's overcome this. Is fear like that serious? Should we let it stop us? And then we have a story where it's like fear is the only thing that saved them. And now what? So that was my thought process. Let me know, like, is that what you guys were picking up on or no? I feel like it was kind of a short video. I didn't want to leave you guys hanging, so I figured I may as well just come and do a bit of a director's cut, if you will, and just talk a bit about my thought process and where I was going. So honestly, I think it was again one of those ones where like trust the process. All the individual clips, but once it all kind of came together and I listened to it, I felt very like I feel like I created an experience. I think I did it. I think the only other thing that was hard aside from like the editing was like the voices. I really tried to make my voice like different. I can do a lot of different voices, but none that are like serious. Like I can do like joke ones or like accents, things like that, right? But I felt like if I did anything too crazy, then it would kind of pull you out of it. So it was like I don't have like trying to come up with different voices that were kind of like more serious and would still give that effect of like, okay, like we're in it. So I think like that voice acting is hard. That's why I learned. Like I knew that, but it's like I'm knowing from experience now. I can't. The amount of times I would re-record or I would say one word weird and I'm like, no, no, go back. Like, honestly. So yeah, that's my experiences that I had with this, where my head was at while I was making this. So yeah, like I think I'd definitely be interested in doing something like this again and maybe like exploring all the other like emotions I can try and get you guys to experience or memories I can try and get you to relive, things like that. I think it's very interesting. So yeah. I don't know how, but I'll think of something. So that's today's video. I didn't want to do intro. I didn't want to pull you out of it. So technically intro slash outro at the same time. So welcome home, but also goodbye. And follow the Instagram, the TikTok, subscribe to the YouTube. We've been popping off. Tomorrow is the last day, which is so sad, but also pretty exciting. But like I said before, even after this 13 days is done, I'm still gonna be here, just more on my like regular schedule, which is every Friday. And yeah, so that's that. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you're leaving a little unsettled. Okay, that was the goal. And I'll see you tomorrow.